My name is Ryan Murray. I am the brother of Rick. I have a couple things I'd like to say about both Rick and Jenny, but before I do, I'd like to thank both families, Bruce and Mary, as well as my parents, Rick and Sue, for putting on quite a nice wedding day for Rick and Jenny. Obviously, Jenny had a lot of help in orchestrating everything here. It looks very nice. That includes Rick and his help with the centerpieces. He handmade those. He's very crafty. Jenny has really brought the craftiness out of Rick. But just a little bit about Rick. Rick and I, we grew up 18 months apart. I'm the younger brother, the more annoying one, as he would tell you. But anyways, we were 18 months apart, yet my mom insisted on dressing us alike. And I mean, this includes, back in the 90s when the windsuits were popular, we had the same windsuits, same sweatsuits, church clothes, and even now on Christmas, I'd say about 50% of the presents we get are the same. So that's why I have always been a quick present opener, because otherwise Rick would ruin my presents. So that's my excuse. But talk about Rick. Everyone in here knows Rick. If you don't, you'll find him on the dance floor later. You'll know a lot about his personality. But he has a great personality. It's one that I've always admired. Anyone who knows Rick loves Rick, to a point. And I mean, this guy can even get away with, at work, putting a fart noise machine in his boss's office and have it malfunction while the boss had an important client, right, Paul? Important client in his office, and the fart noise machine was going off constantly. And Rick is outside the office and hearing this going on, and as he told it, he was sweating. He thought he was going to get fired. Yet at the same time, because everyone knows how good of a guy Rick is, there was no punishment from what I hear, right, Paul? Just a dirty look and a good story later. But when I first met Jenny over a year ago at Kelly and Ben's wedding over in Grand Haven, they had just met, well, kind of, we'll get to that. But he told me about Jenny and how they've been hanging out. I got there later. They've been hanging out for a couple days there, and I could tell they were a perfect fit. Well, the thing was, it wasn't the first time they met, but Hildy Bonesteel, Hildy, stand up. Hildy was actually the matchmaker that I think pushed Rick over the top. But anyways, apparently a year before, Rick and Jenny had actually met. Jenny doesn't remember it. They actually met at Jenny's house, right? They went on the boat. Rick struggled a little bit with water skiing and wakeboarding. But anyways, a year later, and that's kind of hard to understand since we Murrays have a certain charm about us that, you remember us once we meet us. But somehow Rick blew it. That's the first time. Second time around, he had Hildy's help, so he was good. So, I mean, you could just tell they were, attracted to each other at Kelly and Ben's wedding. It's been a long day. But I mean, it was great to meet her, and you saw that something was building. Then later on, a couple summers ago, we took a trip to Pittsburgh where I really got to know Jenny. Had some fun, and just a story. I know those of you that are related to Jenny know that she really likes ketchup. Those of you that don't, just listen to the story. You'll understand how much she loves ketchup. We went to Pittsburgh to visit my sister Angie, and we went to a Pirates game. Before the game, we went to a popular bar down there called Nadine's. We ate there, had a couple drinks before we went to the Pittsburgh Pirates game. The bartender comes over to Jenny and asks her what type of dressing she wanted on her salad. She said, ketchup, please. My sister and I just instantly looked at Rick. Rick kind of bowed his head, kind of, like, sheepishly saying, I know. One of those things. So we go to the Pirates game, have a good time. We come back to Nadine's. That's the type of trip we have, it's for fun. Come back to the bar later. Fast forward to about midnight. We're having a good time. And all of a sudden, my sister brings Jenny a shot of ketchup. So a shot glass full of ketchup. She took it like a champ. And for the rest of the night, she was known as Ketchup. So all Pittsburgh locals know Jenny as Ketchup. And just in case I didn't see any ketchup around here, just in case you needed some for dinner, I brought Jenny your own little supply. So I'm sure that's more than enough for Jenny. So if any of you need some ketchup, you know where to come. Just come to that table. So, Rick and Jenny share a lot of similarities. First of all, many of you know they're both the favorite child in their family. That's rumor. We know. It's been confirmed by a few sources. And they both have credit.
Yeah, absolutely.
They both have a distinctive dance move on the dance floor. Jenny loves to spin, and she's actually almost popped my shoulder out of socket a couple times from making a spinner. Rick, on the other hand, he's all arms. Any type of arm movement on the dance floor, that's him. So it's an interesting sight to see when you see him out there. You'll see a lot of spinning, a lot of arms going. But anyways, going back to the newest addition to the Murray family, I'd just like to welcome Jenny. We're excited to have you. Everyone loves you. And you do know what you're getting yourself into. You've been around our family long enough. One advantage is you will never have to make Rick a birthday cake. Because my mom will make sure she always makes Rick's standard bunny cake. Now let's bring out the bunny cake. No, actually we don't have it. No, we don't have the bunny cake. No, that crossed my mind, but I'm not too good at making cakes. Welcome Jenny. Jenny Murray, that is. It's kind of weird to say, but is it weird to hear? And to Rick, thank you for being a great big brother. You always looked out for me. Even those deliveries you made to me at Michigan State in my dorm room, lugging those heavy duffel bags from his car when he was 21, 22. Still in the dorms at Michigan State. Don't worry about grandmas. So thank you, though. You've always been good to me. Even though we've had our differences, at times growing up 18 months apart, we fought a lot, had a lot of disagreements. Most of our sporting events ended with fisticuffs. My mom even used to pray that Rick and I would grow up to be friends. And I think we're there. We're there. So just in closing, this is where, I looked up on Google what you're supposed to do at the end of speeches. You're supposed to say something about love. So it's been said that love is just a word until someone comes along to give it meaning. Well, obviously, Jenny with her ketchup, Rick with his bunny cake, they found that meaning. Okay? So please, can I have everybody raise your glasses, not the water. Let's give a toast to Rick and Jenny. Many wishes for a prosperous future and unending happiness. Cheers.